it's Nikki here. I'm here today to do my spoiler-free review for Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. This is the beautiful edition I borrowed from my mother, as I've done every other time I've read these Harry Potter books. That will be ending soon, depending on how long this whole self-isolation thing lasts. Because I work in a hospital, my mom has requested that I do not visit her, and so this is holdover from like a month and a half ago when I saw her last. So this is the fourth installment in the Harry Potter series. It's the first, like, really darker of the books. I know 3 had the darker tones, but this is the first one where you really get an idea of the chokehold of fear that Voldemort had over the magical world and kind of what his Death Eaters mean to the general public. This is where you get the first real sense of threat from the greater evil. This book is the first one that really expands the boundaries of the magical world the best. You get the first taste of international magic here, as well as a better idea of some of the limitations. So with that, I'll go to my likes and dislikes. My first like is Harry himself here. I think this is a really good book for him before he deals with like the avalanche of trauma that comes later in the series. My second like is the way stereotypes are broken in this book. There's a lot of characters where they definitely become more than what the stereotype of their appearance or background, kind of the expectations laid on them because of those things. My third like is just the way the world was expanded. As I kind of mentioned in the summary, this is the first one that really did large-scale expansion, and I really enjoyed the way that it did that in terms of physical and geographic boundaries, and in terms of some of the limitations of magic and how magic is learned. And I'll move into some negatives. I didn't have a ton, but the first negative is probably the strongest, and that was Ron in this book. I get that his reaction isn't like necessarily unreasonable. He was very frustrating in this book. And my other negative is just kind of the pensieve and the magic surrounding it in this book. And that's all I have for likes and dislikes. I'm going to do a quick commentary on the characters here. So I've mentioned Harry already. I thought this was a really good book for him in terms of his attitude, his drive to not die. I thought this was a really good book into this whole the whole chosen one trope that he's kind of trying to fulfill. I actually really enjoyed Hermione in this book. She was this really, really solid support system. And then Ron, who I already talked. And then side characters, a lot of them were really interesting. Some of them you'd met already, and the ones that you haven't, J.K. Rowling did a really good job with. I really liked the way the side characters interacted with Harry and some of the main crew, and it was a good experience. So that is the end of kind of my quick spoiler-free review for Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. I'll just do a quick wrap up here, and then we're done. This is honestly one of my favorite Harry Potter books, in part because of how much setup it does for the rest of the series. It was wonderful world building, really phenomenal character work, and and it had really solid pacing. It's the first longer book of the series, and it doesn't drag, which is really nice. And honestly, this is after the first book, this is probably the book I'm most excited to read next. And with that, my score for this book is a 4 out of 5. It's not perfect. It's far from perfect with just the way certain things play out, and Ron just kind of sucks in this one, so it makes me really mad when I read that part. And with that, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!